You're watching the Billiards Championships on WPALive.tv. Coming to you from Mauritius.
Sorry for the thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may start your matches. You may start your matches.
Good day everyone and welcome back to Billiard Championship Day 2. This is session 3 of Day 2 here at the Commonwealth Billiard Championship live in Mauritius. We are at the Rivanala Attitude Hotel. What we have for you on the table now, we have ZHONG from Singapore against Chris Melling of the UK. And yeah, we all had the name Chris Melling before, so we can expect a really
Pinhead, time running.
These matches have a time limit of 100 minutes, as you can see the clock ticking down at the bottom, and that is a really nice break from Tang. Let's have a look at what he can do on this table. So here we see that break again.
Tang's break is over
Yeah, he hit that really solid. You can see the way the cue ball came straight back after contacting that first ball. That was a really good, clean, solid hit on that break, and that's why he has made a ball. Overrun that slightly, come past the black ball, that 3 ball not available anymore. Looks to me like he has to take the 6 ball onto the top right corner pocket. And that miss will bring Chris Melling to the table. Melling plays almost every single cue sport there is, and such an accomplished player. I'd say one of the most naturally gifted cueists on the planet is Chris Melling, otherwise known as the Magician. So getting our first look at Chris Melling in this tournament now. Deciding that the finish was not on there for him, so deciding to leave the cue ball safe at the bottom of the table. In China as well at the edition of Masters. Yeah, he plays well and always doing well. Was in the final of the African Open last year in Morocco as well, losing from Cousins in the WPA and Joy African Open. These matches are a race to 9, and this is straight knockout, so we have 16 players in each division, and yeah, straight knockout. So if you do lose, you are unfortunately going home, as you do our last 8 of the tournament. Melling again with another attempt shot there, not getting the safe, but he get the 15 off the cushion with playing that shot. Tang has also managed to get that cue ball quite safe, but I think he's going to so for it. Yeah, it's a nice shot from. I don't think he can get through to any of his balls. Can he see the 4? Looks like he can see a piece of the 4. Oh, you could see a huge piece of the 4, enough to pot the ball, so that was not the best of safety shot. That's a brilliantly cued Tang Zhongwei from Singapore. Don't see a finish on this table yet. Based on where that 6 ball is, he's going for it now. Here making use of the combination shot rule. As long as you make contact with your ball first, you can pot your opponent's ball as well as he did there. So now I think Chris is going to go for this as just to leave the table that's safe. Yeah, there we go. There we go, and landing perfectly on that 15 after kissing into it, and the 15 off the 8. Surprising miss from Melling there to the top corner pocket. I feel he could have given that ball a little bit more attention. Playing that over the top pocket there. We see that shot again. I think he caught the inside jaw first. Quite far up the cushion. Managed to get the position on the ball, but didn't get the pot on that occasion. Oh, have a look at this for a shot from Melling. Yeah, he raises his hand. They didn't want to catch the knuckle of the center pocket, but the idea was there to get the ball back down. Take Chris Melling the lead, 1-0 over Tang Zhongwei from Singapore. Yeah, I feel that miss to the top corner pocket from Melling was just up. That's not a miss you would usually see from him. There you see that black ball once again going in to get his first on the board. This is a race to 9 throughout the tournament. 100-minute match time. Players get 45 seconds per shot and 1 extension of 30 seconds per frame. If you are just joining us, welcome to the live stream of the Commonwealth Billiards Championship Day 2, Session 3 here in Mauritius, live at the River Nala at Hotel. And what a tournament this is by the Malpool organization and WPA. Unbelievable what they've been able to do. We have 4 disciplines here at this tournament: snooker, black ball, 10 ball and hay ball. We also do have a carom table in the practice room. That carom table is there for exhibition, so we have the carom professionals here. Chris Melling to break the second frame. Lead 1-0 at the moment. And making a ball into the side pocket. That 9 ball going around the table and getting into the side. Have a look at this. Yeah, kicked by the 3 and off the 2 into the side, yeah. That's a nice clean from Melling to secure stripes. Let's have a look at his route. he's leaving himself options, as you can see. You can see the 11 goes to the nicely on the 15 to the opposite center. I think he's overscrewed that a bit. Yes, just a bit. Would have liked an angle on this into the center, but not that much. Yeah, but look at that control. He's still on the right side of the right recovery to get a nice stripe. There we go. How's the pace? The line is good. The line is excellent, and the pace looks good as well. Overrun that one as well. So you can see the CV table is quite easy. And that is a break and run for Chris Melling to take his second point, and that only took about 2 minutes, I believe, from Chris Melling. What was Chris leads ZHONG WEI frames to 0. Yeah, you can see he really got into that one as well, but look at this cue ball positioning. To get nice is something else, and that's why he's called the magician. He's able to pull shots like that out of his hat, and even though he doesn't have the perfect position sometimes, the pots he can make and the recovery shots that he can make is what makes him such a fantastic player. So even when his back's against the wall, he's still bringing the best every single time. ZHONG WEI from Singapore to break now. He 2-0 Chris Melling. This is a race to 9. That last frame was a break and run from Chris Melling. Took only about 2 minutes to make that one.
Legal break, open table.
Legal break, open table from ZHONG WEI. So Chris Melling now comes to the table. Having a look at the black ball already, it is tied up to the 13. So would that be reason enough to take stripes on? I think you might be able to get the black ball into the bottom. Bottom right corner pocket. Yeah, he did call his extension there as well. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that shot selection. Indecisive from. Chance now for ZHONG WEI. Comes to the table. It is still. Solids in play for ZHONG. You can already see this is going to be such an exciting matchup. I do think that ZHONG WEI can take the game to Chris as well. Don't think putting him on with anything easy, especially he knows what he's capable of, seeing what he's done in these first 2 frames. The first thing he has to do is close down that lead from Chris Melling. especially with time being a factor, and he did not want the double in that. He wanted to leave one of those outside the lane next. Yeah, with time being matches 100 opponent run away with the match. Now he's executed that well, but where's this cue ball going? It's going in. Ah, that is unfortunate. Foul ball in hand. Melling. One thing you can't afford, Chris. Run away with the match. Combination going in well, because it wasn't he had to make that. And straight away you see Chris taking that problem ball that was in front of the black on with the ball in hand. So you're going to get the cue ball back to the middle of the table now. There we go. Always self options. That's what I can see from Chris's game. Nice little nudge onto those. Not too hard. That was a controlled cannon into that. If you have a look at if he would have hit that slightly more harder, that 15 would have ended up on the cushion, not potable into the side. Yeah, this is class from Chris. Not only that, the speed at which he plays at. That's about 5 seconds between 5 shot. Believable stuff from Chris Melling to take his third point of this match. He now leads 3-0 against ZHONG WEI Singapore. And then, although he missed that ball, he gave his opponent the table. When he did come back to the table with ball in hand, he did make sure, made the needed to make, and he's now up in this line. It's not easy playing against a player like Chris, I have to say. He makes it look so easy. As he doesn't even feather on shots, he just plays them. It's not easy at all, but I can tell you something, that takes years and years of practice and hard work to be playing the way Chris does. Hundreds of international events, thousands of international matches. To be playing at the level Chris does. So Chris Melling to break at 3-0 up. Let's have a look at that once again. It looked like quite a lot of power into that. Yeah, a little bit of pop, but not getting the power transferred through the pack. And yeah, he definitely believes that rack tight as it could be in. A containing safety shot from his opponent. This is interesting. It's very interesting to see. And another one, I do believe it is still open table. About these players not wanting to pull the trigger in this rack yet, and we are most likely going to see a tactical battle here if there's no finish on. Although we might see Tang taking the 7 to the center pocket now to secure solids. He has done, and it's there. played that. He has definitely played that, and how has that worked out for him? The only problem I had with that is he was still keeping one of Melling's stripes behind those solids. Now with that open, because if he does allow Melling back to the table, yeah, have a look at stripes. Stripes are quite open, and Tang still has the problem of this ball behind the 14. Has he left it open? That's the first thing Melling would be checking, is if that 14 is open. If it is, he'd definitely be playing it, so it looks like it isn't. Going for the 9 into the center. Oh, he's cued that so well. That cue action of Melling's is just something amazing, I have to say. He's going to use this opportunity to bump into the 6. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, bump into 2, because why not? Oh, fantastic. This is a masterclass from Chris Melling. Really is. I mean, when he came to the table, we did see that he had the 9, but I mean, this finish, at cue ball is 4, but Chris Melling leads Tang 4-0 in this race to 9. And there's his opening pot. And if you have a look at the 15 and the 11 on of the table, all to the, and even this positioning here, and this one as well. Ball from there, a lot of inside English. Really is. Yeah, that was that finish from Krilling. Really enjoying that playback of some of those best shots of that frame. But there we go, 75 match and up 4 frames in this line. That's a big break from Tyne. Needs that now, needs his own finish. That's left in the match, and Chris Melling is up 4 frames to 0 in this race tonight. That's a big break from Tyne. Solids in play for Tang Zhongwei from Singapore. Hasn't been getting the best rolls in this match so far, and every time he lets Chris to the table, I mean, Chris is just absolutely punishing him. Yeah, the cracks are starting to show now. How difficult to play against a player like Chris when he makes the game look so easy. Little bump on the 12. Oh, I didn't expect that from Chris. I did not expect one from him at all. That one as he can now. Tang Zhongwei to the table. He needs to be doing most of these chances he's getting. Very well to get the cue ball. Yeah. Great shot from Tang Zhongwei. The disciplines are streamed as well on WEI powered by 4 cents. You can register free and also watch on-demand matches. Those are the matches that were earlier today and yesterday as well as a few interviews that are on the page and a few snippets about the tournament. That's WPALive.tv. We are also live on the Joy World Hayball Tour Facebook page and YouTube page. And I do believe the 10-ball match currently on is being streamed on the WPA Facebook page as well. So just keep an eye out on our social media platforms. You'll also find the digitalpool.com link to have a look at the bracket and exactly when your are playing and seeing who they might be playing in the next round as well. We have 4 sessions per day here at the Commonwealth Billiards Championship. That's 10 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 3 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. So 1 session left for the day after this one. And on the TV table, we will have South Africa's Marina Jacobs against Amarnath Hull. That is scheduled for 30 p.m. on the TV table. I'll be joining you guys for that match as well. We look forward to a lot more exciting matches from this tournament. And you do know, as a tournament like this progresses, especially a single elimination tournament, the matches keep getting better and better with every round. Oh, he's at it again. The magician is at it again. Yeah, honestly, I don't see him missing from here. I really don't. Yeah, I think there was a phone ringing somewhere in the arena. Have a look at this. And as you can see, he is slightly high on this 12, so it's going to come out perfect to play this black ball in the opposite center. And this black ball for his 5th point now. And it's there. Chris Melling takes his 5th point. He leads 5-0 over Tang Zhongwei. Just under 20 minutes left in this match. And it's been one-way traffic. It's been one-way traffic. But I have to say, giving away a few chances that miss earlier in the frame as well. He has given Tang a few chances at this table, but like Chris, I mean, every taking them. And this black ball for his 5th now. It's there. Come on, perfect to play this black As there we see Chris making that finish once again to get his 5th point on the scoreboard. It is a race to 9, 100-minute timed match. We'll have a look now to see how many minutes remaining. 68 remaining in this match. Chris Melling leading 5 frames to 0. And it's Chris in this frame. He's looks like he changed that break. Yeah, less pop, more power to accommodate for the and looks full at that. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he's made the 3 straight off the bat into the corner pocket. And if you are joining us on our live platforms, welcome to the Commonwealth Champion 2024, the Rivanala Attitude Hotel here. This is day 3 of this event. You are watching the Hayball discipline at the moment. I'm Raymond Tilak, your commentator for the Hayball matches. If you would like to tune in to the other disciplines, you can go to live.tv. Disciplines are there. There's Wooker, ball, black ball, Hayball, streamed on the Joy World page, YouTube page, and UPA page as well. And that's just so you don't miss any of the action from here. We are trying to get you every single match and every single shot live. We are doing the best we can to bring the experience to you. Yeah, recovery needed now for Chris. And this is what I love to watch. Love to watch Chris when he needs to make a shot. That's when you really see him in action. Chris using his extension. Players have 45 seconds per shot and 1 extension of 30 seconds per frame. Oh, that is. What an absolute brilliant shot that is from Chris. Another one down to the bottom pocket. Is it there? It's there. Oh, what a finish this is turning out to be. A magician finish we are watching here. From the 12 to the 8. Oh, he needs to get past the 1 ball. Little bump. Oh, brilliant stuff from Chris. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Chris. Break and run for Chris Melling. 6th point on the scoreboard. He now leads 6 frames to over Tang Zhongwei from Singapore. Unbelievable stuff. That 15 corner and even the 11 that the shot here to break the 12. Is it there? Is a wall drill, I have to say. Is shots that he plays is absolutely magnificent. Brilliant stuff. Chris, nothing less from him.
Ball in hand, time running.
Tang Zhongwei from Singapore to break him. He trails by 6 frames to Chris Melling. And look, I have to say, there's definitely a way back for him if he can manage, as he gets it enough time. 63 minutes remaining. 6 frames to Chris Melling in this race tonight. And that's Chris Melling going 6 frames up in under 4 minutes. But you've seen how quick he is when he is at the table. It's honestly magnificent to watch. And there you see it on his shirt. That is a Jam Up Apparel shirt, The Magician. And he's off again. Here is Chris. This is going to be an interesting clearance here. He has to take this 13 to the top. This has to go. This is not an easy shot. Needs good cueing. Yeah, that was the one. That was the one. Just rattled in the jaws. So this is a chance now for Tang Zhongwei from Singapore. These are the chances that he's been getting. We have seen him coming to the table. Against a player like Chris, you have to take these chances. You're not going to get many of them. So far out of those 6 frames, Melling, those are 2 break and runs.
Black ball, 10 ball, A ball. You have 1 hour left in your session. 1 hour.
1 hour left in the session. Here we see 60 on the clock for the session. These are time session, 100 minutes per session. And having this tournament, this is a great day for Q Sports, to be honest with you, to have billiards played in the Commonwealth. It's something I never thought I'd see. And yeah, here we are at the Commonwealth Billiards Championship, and that's getting us closer and closer to our goal to have sport in the world. So why not? You can see at a tournament, players are playing on the best equipment available. On the table we have the Joy Q8 tables. These are the same tables used at the Grand Masters finals in China. On the 9-ball table we are using the Predator table for 10-ball, the United King black ball tables. And the Rassen snooker tables. A massive thank you to our key sponsors that I've just mentioned for this event. course, on the Joy table, we have Liebe Win Cloth. Joy and Liebe Win, really an amazing partnership to have here. They really do complement each other well, having the Liebe Win Cloth on these Joy tables. They are a dream to play on. And once you get used to the pace, the slide, and cue ball takes on the cloth, it's just fantastic equipment to play on. Oh, look at the reaction to get, but still not perfect. Another recovery shot needed from Chris here. Yeah, that was really close to going in. That was really close, and you can see the position he had on his neck stripe as well. It'd be going up table and back down for the black ball. But now what can ZHONG Wei do to get his first point on the board? That was a very good hit from ZHONG Wei, but I'm afraid he's going to be in the same situation once again, and that from this angle that looked quite tight from Chris. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant stuff from Chris. Absolutely brilliant. How do you land plumb on the black ball like that? Oh, word. 7th point for Chris Melling in this race to 9. He leads 11 ZHONG Singapore, and oh my god. Unbelievable stuff from Chris. So if you are welcome Commonwealth Billiards Championship 2025 live from the Rivanala Attitude Hotel here in Mauritius. We are right on the coastline, about 100 meters away from the beach, and this is day 2, session 3 We have Chris, the magician Melling from the UK against Tang Zhongwei. Chris currently leading 7 frames to 0 in this race to 9. This is the men's round 1 of this tournament. So 16 players in each division. So winner of this goes through to the last 8. It is a single elimination tournament, straight knockout. And so far, one-way traffic for Chris Melling. Everything going in his favor, but when he's at the table, as you've seen, he makes everything go in his favor. Creates his own luck, as we would say. Yeah, but some of the recovery shots he plays is just absolutely next level. The man is a walking highlight reel. And out of those 7 frames, 2 of them have been break and finishes. I think 1 has been a run out of his opponent's break. But Tang Zhongwei has been coming to the table. And against a player like Chris, coming to the table, you have to be doing more with that opportunity. Looks to me like he was eyeing up the 6-1 combination. Oh my word. That is absolutely ridiculous. And he almost made the 6 as well. And you did actually point towards that pocket of where the 6 was going to go. Oh, he's looking at the 4 off the 14 into the center. Oh my word. I actually think he wanted that 14 to go into the 6 there, release the 6 from the cushion. Yeah, he's pulling out all the shots now, isn't he? To watch from Chris. Yeah, I think he has to use the side arrest here, doesn't he, to get to this. A brilliant pot with the spider arrest, as if that shot is not hard enough on its own to pot that with the spider. Brilliant stuff from Chris. Now, what has he left himself with? I think he might have just overscrewed that. There we go, we are right behind it. He is looking possible. It's close for a jump, but I think he's going to get the jump cue, because you aren't jumping the full ball on the 11th. It's about a half ball jump or so. Very close indeed. Very close from Chris. So these are the opportunities that we were talking about that Tang Zhongwei had when he comes to the table. And a really good shot there. See Chris tapping the table with his cue, showing appreciation for that shot from Tan. Yeah, that looked like he's doing the two cushion black ball. See how this works out. It looks like it's going to be a full ball contact. That's a nice shot from Chris as well. Just getting it off the cushion, potable to the center if he gets the cue ball at the top end of the table. However, you're going to see Tan keeping that cue ball the bottom end of the table now. And there you go. He's left Chris with long to the top corner pocket, but this is tough. Yeah, that was a very, very tough shot to get right for Chris, and as you saw, almost going into the opposite corner pocket there. And that's jump cue coming out. Yeah, jump cue definitely on this one, and yeah, I feel this is, I was gonna say high percentage, but then you have to think about the fact that you don't want that cue ball flying off the table as well after contact, so you gotta keep the power low and you need the elevation to come over the 12. And you're just clipping that black ball into the corner. Just like that. Brilliant stuff. Melling, just like that. He gets the 8th point on the board, and have a look at the way he controlled the cue ball on that jump shot. Absolutely magnificent from Chris Melling to take his 8th point. He leads 8-0 over Tang Zhongwei from Singapore. 45 minutes left on the clock. So 8 frames in just over 55 minutes. Yeah, this was a look at that, and just snookering himself a touch there. That's the first. It's going to be a full ball contact. That's a nice shot from Chris as well. Just keeping that. And this is the winning jump shot frame. Yeah, no, fantastic stuff. Have a look at how he managed to keep the power down on this cue ball. Just making it over the object ball. There we go. Yeah, with that you had to make sure that the cue ball was on the table before making contact with the black ball. Otherwise it was flying off the table. Magnificent stuff from Chris Melling. So to break in this 9th frame. Had a ball. No, I see Chris already off his.
Tang Zhongwei to break in this 9th frame.
That's the way to go. Yeah, and he's off again on the solids is Chris Melling. And he really means business in this tournament, and that's the thing about Chris. You see, he's just always consistent, no matter the tournament, no matter the match, no matter who his opponent is. Chris is the type of player that plays the table, not the player. And I mean the speed at is it stuff from Chris Melling. And it's there. Chris Melling takes victory 9-0 in just under 60 minutes. He has washed Tang Zhongwei from Singapore. Unbelievable stuff from Melling. Brilliant stuff. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Tilak, your commentator for the Hayball division, and if you want to catch any more of the live action from the other divisions, tune into WPAlive.tv. Be back at 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. local time here in Mauritius. That's GMT +4 for our final session of the day, and that'll be from the division round 1. South Africa's Marina Jacobs up against Amnath Halim, and is on the TV table 5:30 p.m. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys in a bit.